WBAY TV, your first alert station. Action 2 News This Morning live stream starts now.
Welcome to Action 2 News This Morning live stream. Both Emerson and Tammy are off, so it's just me and Steve today. More than a dozen fire trucks filled to the brim with water responded to a barn fire on the 7,000 block of County Road Q that's near the village of Francis Creek. The fire chief tells us that it's because there are no fire hydrants near that barn area, so because of that lack of water, crews then had to take several tenders, go and get that water, bring it back to the scene to help fight this fire. They were out there actively fighting this more than between 4 and 5 hours. You can see video here of the barn barely left standing there in this aftermath. No one was hurt, thankfully. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused this fire. Of course, we'll be the first to alert you as we learn more details on that. Now, if you watch Action 2 News at 4:30, you may remember this story. Australian researchers have been studying the venom from one of the world's most deadliest scorpions. Well, on Brad Spakowitz's 3 Brilliant Minutes, he shared a fun fact. The venom contains a neurotoxin that essentially overloads the nervous system, resulting in heart failure. But the researchers looked at another thing that happens: massive clotting of blood.
They studied the reaction of the venom and its clotting abilities in human plasma, and they were actually able to map out the molecular chains responsible for making that clotting action. Okay. And they say, listen, this might seem somewhat superficial, but it's really, really important because there's all sorts of other biochemical applications, most of them medical, where this could be used. And they give some examples. First of all, they could improve anti-venom for scorpion and snake bites because many venomous snake bites also have that clotting ability or action, okay? So they can make those better. Could be translated into diagnostic tools for blood disorders or treatments. And here's the big one. They could hold the key to saving lives by controlling blood loss during surgery or after injury, which is really interesting.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Well, it might sound a little creepy, but the scorpion might just be our friend when you learn that kind of stuff. I love animals and I love learning, so that was fascinating to learn. All right, let's check in with Steve. Talking more about weather, we might be getting our first thunderstorm of the season.
Yeah, not today, not tonight, but tomorrow night.
All
now,
right.
Emily, you're an early bird and I'm an early bird, so I don't think we're going to be out late doing whatever we're doing late Friday night. We're probably going to be sleeping. But for anybody who's going to be out painting the town red Friday night, make sure you've got your umbrella and you want to keep an ear out for any alerts that may be possibly happening across Wisconsin as the thunderstorms march across the state. So we have clouds pushing in from the south. This is a live view from our Green Bay Skycam. This is looking west, so this is north, and you can see the clear skies there. As you look south, you can see the clouds, and they're pushing in from that direction. So increasing clouds from the south. We're at 31 degrees. Now, this is our nighttime satellite view. And right at the end, we kind of start losing it here as the sun is starting to come up. But you get the gist that these low clouds are moving northward, and they've been spreading into north central Wisconsin. Underneath these clouds, there's a little bit of some spotty light rain from Green Lake County through Fond du Lac and Sheboygan counties. And as the day wears on, this might start riding up the Lake Michigan shoreline. But most of the more significant rain is passing south of us through the Ohio Valley. So today, I have a slight chance of rain. Not everybody's going to get wet, but there's just a few pitter-patter light showers out there. Otherwise, with thickening clouds and a northeast wind, it's not going to be as mild as yesterday. We'll see a high of 43 degrees. And there's a little bit of some fog out there, not widespread, but in the north. Iron Mountain, Michigan has visibility down to a quarter of a mile with a temperature of 28. But underneath the cloud cover, you can see the Fox Valley, we're in the mid-30s, 36 degrees in Appleton and also in Oshkosh. Now, here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor with today's highs. Not going to see 50s. Low and mid-40s with a high of 39 in Marinette. Still warmer than normal, but just not by as much. We have to knock those temperatures down because of the clouds coming in and this northeast breeze that's going to be blowing in around 10 miles an hour. And Emily, I get the gist that you're starting to get a little excited about our next weather maker.
Just a little bit. We were talking about this. Garrett, our producer, had a question for us, and I believe we're streaming on Facebook, so answer in the comments too if you do this. But do you find sleeping during thunderstorms relaxing?
I don't always feel that way because
You're like interested. You don't, right? Don't you want to kind of like see and observe?
Well, yes, but my first tendency is, oh no, are they severe? And if they are, do I need to like go on TV?
Right, what do you got to do?
I have obligations.
See, and I'm one of those lucky ducks that can just like, Steve's got it. Steve's got it. Steve's got the reins. I can enjoy. I love being able to sleep in a thunderstorm.
My
like
favorite thunderstorms, Emily, are the ones that happen when I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, somebody else's problem.
Someone else has to worry about it. Yeah, I feel that for sure. I know yesterday was so beautiful. I wish we could have just copy and pasted throughout the whole weekend, but I understand, and I know you kind of mentioned too that right now we're still seasonably warm right now, and I always think of this is, and maybe you do too, I guess, as a scientist, but I'm always like, oh, our snowpack. So I know when people hear rain, I know some people are like, oh, rain, you know, you can't go out and do things, but if you can find ways to enjoy it, we need rain. We need the ebbs and flows, right? Yeah. Of like getting that rain. But I'm always curious about like how our snowpack went, and I feel like I haven't seen any snow anywhere.
Well, we still have some snow on the ground
in some areas.
In far northern Wisconsin, but obviously it's gone in the Fox Valley.
Right.
But you mentioned the rain. We do need that rain. We still have lingering drought conditions from last year, and we will see periods of rain with our next weather maker tomorrow night, including our first thunderstorms of the season. The storm system that's going to create this is creating snow right now in the Rockies. And when this pushes out into the plains tomorrow, we're going to have severe weather across the mid-Mississippi Valley, but we're kind of on the edge here of this active zone of weather. So across east central Wisconsin through tomorrow night, we've got a level 1 risk of severe weather on our 1 to 5 severe weather scale. 5 is like the worst case scenario. So tomorrow night, it's a level 1. It's a marginal risk. An isolated strong to severe thunderstorm can't be ruled out, and the main thing would be some downpours and some 1-inch diameter hail. There might be some gusty winds as well. This is not a tornado situation. So we have cloudy skies tomorrow on First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. One wave of rain comes in late tomorrow morning through the early afternoon. We dry out for the Friday evening drive time home. But then later, Friday night, especially around and after Action 2 News at 10, the second round, and it's heavier. Downpours, thunderstorms. Maybe you'll sleep through it, Emily. Maybe you won't. I don't know. We'll see. But those showers and storms will be out of here as we go to early Saturday morning. And we could see up to an inch of rainfall. Not everywhere, but some of the heavier storms could bring some good soakers. The ground, though, is frozen, so it may not absorb quite nicely. There might be some areas of standing water heading into Saturday morning. And there it is. There's that rain Friday night on your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. We dry out for the weekend. Clouds on Saturday, breezy, a high of 50. And then Sunday, look at that, 60 degrees. I know. Yeah. Spring-like to end the weekend into early next week. We could even be warmer in the mid-60s on Monday. So the clocks spring forward an hour, Saturday night into Sunday morning. And that means your sunset Sunday evening is probably not until about 6:50-ish.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's always a joy. I always enjoy the later sunsets.
I do too. I do too. I like to do those afternoon walks.
I know. Also, you enjoy. Yeah. You enjoy books.
I'm obsessed with books. If you didn't know, there was some very major news in the book lovers world. If you follow romance, fantasy books. To celebrate our our producer made a little game here that we're going to guess. He had asked me to pick out some book series. The series that I'm most excited for that has been, it has been since 2021 since we got a last book in this. It's the Akatar series. Maybe you've heard of it. I know it's really popular in Gen Z and Millennial. Men and women both, but there was a podcast last night that dropped the future dates for 2 new books. We thought for sure we were going to get a date for 1 book. So when she gave 2, Steve, I was shaking. I was like sitting in bed watching on my little phone because I needed to be asleep. I needed to be asleep so I could come to work.
You just couldn't help yourself.
I just couldn't. It was like 8:30 at night. And I'm just like shaking. And I'm like, trying to hold in like little squeals because I got babies still in my room sleeping with me. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so excited.
She's passionate about this stuff, right?
I love to read. I love to read. I use it to escape. I love it. So anyway.
We all need an escape every now and then. So to celebrate all this.
Yes.
Our producer, Garrett, if you watch our live stream, you know Garrett. He's the brains behind this live stream.
He's always curious about some books or about what's going on.
He's created a little game for us, and it's called Lost in Translation. Now, he wrote up some short descriptions of some books, and maybe you've read them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he took these descriptions and he put them through Google Translate 25 times.
I think that was a little much.
That's probably a bit much.
But we'll see if I can get them.
So the summary might be a little off because it's gone through Google Translate that many times. But let's see if you can kind of figure out what book we're talking about here. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so the first mystery book, number 1. An 11-year-old widow was tortured for witchcraft, make new friends, and solve family problems. What book is that?
An 11-year-old widow? I mean, what widow, though? But it was translated in multiple languages.
Yeah, so
I'm going to have to say,
but
a witch?
Story, what's that?
But a witch and 11 years old? Widow, okay, there it is.
Let's see.
Oh, I was going to say Harry Potter. I was like,
Potter.
I'm going to think Harry Potter, but widow, I was like, what?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Google Translate.
He was an orphan. He's an orphan. Not a widow.
Not a widow. See, yeah, that's the thing about AI is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it
ain't
tends
always
to
right.
warp things over time. So it's not going to be exact. It's not, you see?
Let's do another one. Let's do another one.
Book number 2, mystery book number 2. A 19-year-old hunter is forced to travel to a magical land after killing a wolf.
It's Akatar.
Well, hold on, let me finish it. He must love the hostages and save his kingdom from the destruction of the dark and evil king. So you say?
It's Akatar.
Are you sure?
Yes. A Court of Thorn and Roses. Yep, Akatar.
Okay.
It's an acronym.
There you go.
I got one.
So that one wasn't quite as
easier.
messed up.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Nope. The second you said a 19-year-old huntress, I was like, oh, and she killed a wolf. I knew it.
That just rang a bell for
I
you.
knew it. All right, next one.
Mystery book number 3.
Oh, gosh.
This one's a little bit more lengthy here, so hang in there.
Okay.
The fate of the civilization depends on the fate of the ring that has been lost for years. Oh, I know what this is, I think. Strong soldiers were constantly looking for him. However, fate gave him a beautiful child, brought him a ring, and became a legend. Maybe I don't know that one. Maybe I do.
My two things I would have said was either Lord of the Rings.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay,
Tolkien.
but I think it might be Fourth Wing.
Okay.
But again, keeping in mind that it's been translated. Oh my God, Lord of the Rings. Okay, so my first guess was right, but I was like, what? Oh, Garrett, you got me. You threw some of these in here. Okay.
See, I was hoping that
when you said
AI
the ring.
would keep this. My precious, my precious.
It's gonna scare the people. No. I know, I do love them.
I have to admit, I have not read Tolkien's books.
Really?
But I love
Man
the
Loves
movies.
Trees. Oh, movies, yeah.
Oh gosh, if you ever get to the point where you don't know what to watch.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't know, nothing's good.
Yeah.
And if I have lots of time to kill and if there's no sports, I will watch those Lord of the Ring movies.
Yeah. You know what movie I always go to?
What's that?
The Mummy.
Oh yeah.
I love.
Wasn't there how many?
Brendan Fraser. Well, there were 3, but
Yeah.
Depending on fan base, you may not count the third one. but
That's
they are coming out with another one, so I'm
Yeah, I
so
heard about
excited.
that.
And Brendan
When does
Fraser
that come
and
out? Do you know? I don't know.
oh man, I had shared it on Instagram not too long ago because I was over the moon about it because I'm just so happy they're coming back together with the original characters. And but I think it's 2027.
Okay.
So
see, that's the thing.
There's and movies, all the entertainment.
That's
I love
the thing.
it.
So I have a hard time sitting down and reading a book. I really do. My brain just doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I do most of my reading online. But it's the movies that sometimes can draw in the non-readers like me into this wonderful world that you get so excited about.
I already made it in my head. I will say as a book reader though, I'm sure this has happened to you folks too, if you read, where you read a book and then you see the show and you're like, oh no. It didn't translate.
You
you're
feel
like,
let down?
oh no. Yeah, because you're like, oh, that's not how I envisioned it. Even though it's not my creation, but again, that's the beauty of reading is that you get to use your imagination.
See,
and,
when Peter Jackson did those Lord of the Ring movies.
Or no, Peter Jackson, the Olympic, right?
The Olympic. I'm trying to think here.
Oh, okay, sorry. Percy
Yeah.
Jackson. I'm thinking of Percy Jackson.
Oh yeah, no. When he created those Lord of the Ring movies, I think he had a lot of Tolkien folklore to kind of build off of.
Yeah.
But people would comment well, it's maybe not quite exact like the story because it's hard to have everything exactly like the book has.
Right.
And so that vision sometimes isn't quite shared to what the diehard readers always want there to be.
But I love it all. I love it all. So, but we were talking about this because it's Book World Day. So today, if you can go get a book, go read a book, get a book, so that when the rain comes this weekend, you've got something to do.
I'm going to read your scripts.
There you go.
There, this is about as good as for me. Ooh, that's
thanks for tuning in, you
interesting.
guys. Have a beautiful Thursday.
That's
read
a
a book.
good plot right there.